Hi everyone and welcome to today's General Hospital recap. As always, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of our videos or recaps. Sorry for the late notice today. It came up last minute and I didn't get a chance to get on YouTube to write in the comment thing until it was a little later. But let's get right to it. Last week's winner for Character of the Week is Tracy for just being awesome, and especially with the baby. Oh, I love them. All right, so let's get. Oh, and the honorable mention is Liz. Go figure, right? And let's get right to it. So at Nurses Ball rehearsal, Valerie and the dancers are practicing. Felix is trying to keep people on schedule. And Brad checks in with Lucas about getting married at the nurses' ball, and he's like, nothing bad is gonna happen. And then something falls and kind of sounds vaguely like a gunshot. And I'm like, I do not like this. Not at all. Stop that. So Curtis got pulled into doing the nurses' ball, but he's happy to do it because it's a good cause. And Hayden can't stand the idea of being poor. Girl. And she says she has something going on the side, not financial, it'll improve her karma. And I was like, I have literally no idea what you're talking about. So Bobby mentions feeling a little sick, and Lucas comes over like a magnet, and they hint that this will be her favorite nurses ball ever, and they are telling the parents about the wedding. And Brad tells Bobby about the wedding, and Felix overhears, and he's happy. He's not like, oh, what are we doing? But he's like, yeah, that's really good news. So at Wyndemere, Nicholas wants to make his deposits liquid, as soon as it hits his bank account, apparently. And Nicholas trips over Spencer's things and drops the diamonds, as you do. You know, you're just holding millions and millions of dollars worth of diamonds and you trip over a DVD. It's happened to all of us. And Liz comes in and sees the diamonds, can't talk tonight, and he wants her to forget she saw them. Of course she's not, because she is Elizabeth. And she's not letting it go, and she figures it out that they're Hayden's and bought by her, the money that her father stole and this, that, and the other thing. And she wants him to turn them over to the authorities, and he's like, yeah, no, I'm selling them. I already sold one. Cash is tight. And then he wants her to keep all this information about his financials to herself, and she worries about him. She agrees, but she worries about him. At Julexis's place, Julian bought Alexis a diamond necklace, and she's not impressed because she feels that he's trying to buy her silence. And he's offended that she would think that, and he wonders if this is their life now, his words and actions being picked apart. And I was like, you murdered a guy, 2 days ago. That's it. That's all. She says she needs some time. Lucas calls him and he needs to ask him a question in person, and Julian's going to head down to the hospital. We have a weird thing that I just noticed, but I'll get to it later. So Julian heads off. So when Julian leaves, Alexis takes the shirt out of the cabinet and calls a questionable number and asks them to come over immediately. Who did she call? She called DIANE. Yeah, right? So she wants DIANE to be her attorney. Alexis tells DIANE she knew who Julian was in his past. This is the other thing we've heard it a million times. DIANE asks some questions like, you're protecting Julian. Is that what you're worried about? And Alexis says she's worried about protecting herself right now. So she's afraid. She can't even look at Julian or breathe in the same room as him. And DIANE promises to be beside her every step of the way. At the hospital, Obrecht tells Dr. Finn she did research on him, and Dr. Finn is not happy that she requested documents from his past employer, but apparently the hospital she requested the documents from has strict protocol and doesn't just release information to just anyone who calls claiming to be a research student or anything, so she wasn't able to get her hands on that information. Go figure. So I like how high and mighty Obrecht is. Dude, you helped keep Robin hostage for God remembers how long. Chill on the self-righteousness. So Hayden wants to talk to Dr. Finn. Lucas tells... Okay, so now Lucas is at the hospital. So Lucas tells Julian about the wedding and asks him to be his best man. Julian says no. He doesn't want the gossip about him, or, Carlos, this, that, and the other thing, to steal or disrupt the wedding. Steal from or disrupt the wedding. Hayden gives Dr. Finn $10,000 to start to cover what her father did. He's not gracious, and I can't blame him. And he says it's not going to bring the people that died back. And then Dr. Finn yells at Liz for a simple pleasantry. Back at Julexis' house, Julian comes home and sees DIANE and Alexis with their heads together. Back at the nurses' ball, Brad asks Felix to be his best man. He accepts, and Lucas tells him Julian declined. So, this is a weird thing we just noticed. Lucas was at the nurse's ball rehearsal, right? And then goes to the hospital, gets in his lab coat and everything. It's not like they just met at the hospital to talk. Like, he was in his coat to ask him to be his best man. And then goes straight back to the nurse's ball rehearsal within the span of, like, what, maybe an hour? Why were you at the hospital? Why were you in your coat? Why do that? Why not just meet at the Metro Court at the nurse's ball rehearsal? Or, like, outside the office or at the Crimson office, because Julian, like, that's his office. Like, why not meet there? That's weird, right? Did anyone else catch that? Because that's weird. It was a little out of place. Back at Wyndemere, Nick calls Lucy, and Hayden overhears and asks Nicholas where he got the money for the donation, and she sees a diamond on the floor, and she's like, "You're selling my diamonds!" And they get into a physical altercation on the plane. I know you're like, "What's all this going on? What's happening with Sabrina?" You're about to find out. So on the plane, Sonny feels that the lines are being blurred when it comes to his business and Michael, and he always tried to keep that very separate. And in San Juan, the guy is holding the gun up to Sabrina, and Sabrina brings Michael up, how she used to date Michael, and she has connections to Sonny Corinthos, and how Sonny's going to realize that, like, this guy, whoever he is involved, and it's going to get him into even deeper trouble. And he's like, I don't care, I don't care, I don't care. No one's going to find you, no one's going to find out. And then, like, just as he's about to pull the trigger, Michael comes in and tackles the guy. Sonny follows, and Michael hugs Sabrina, and Sonny has to figure out what to do with this guy now. The Sonny that was never going to find out. Yeah, he found out. So Sonny tells Michael to bring Sabrina to the plane. He wants to deal with this guy alone, and the guy says she had no idea that she had ties to Sonny, and I'm like, literally, like, she told you about 15 seconds ago. And Sonny wants information on Julian Jerome. Very interesting. So he asked if Carlos told him anything about working for Julian, anything he did, or that Sabrina was connected with Michael, Sonny. And Sonny says, and he's like, no, Carlos told me nothing. I don't know anything. And Sonny's like, well, too bad you have nothing to say about Julian, because then I have no reason for you. But Sonny doesn't kill him. He called the cops and told the police everything, how he kidnapped a woman and her child and held them prisoner. He didn't really say that, but, like, held them against their will, and how he's smuggling this, that, and the other thing. And oh yeah, his associates are going to testify against him. So there's that. Back on the plane, Sabrina is amazingly, not amazingly, I didn't mean amazingly, but whatever. She's really, really grateful for Michael and Sonny's help, and she asks why he's helping her after what she did. And she says that after they split up, she didn't have a job and she was lost, and that, Carlos promised to protect her and the baby, and she realized very soon that she made a mistake, and she wanted to come home to Michael for help, but she was afraid, and she kind of, she doesn't know how she feels about herself that she feels this way, but she was relieved when she found out Carlos died. And Michael tells her that he's the one who found Carlos and fished him out and tried to get information on Sabrina, but Carlos won't give in, and Sonny's the one who called in favors and found her. In the end, end scene, not in the end, whatever. So Lucas asked Sam to be his best person, and she agreed, and I'm like, I'm very happy for him. I'm very happy, but well, maybe Carly's gonna be there. I don't know. Don't you think he should have asked Carly? Maybe. Like, I know Sam's equally his sister too, but, like, I don't know. I feel like he should have asked Carly. Anyway, Dr. Finn apologizes to Liz. He says he was mad at other people and took it out on her. He really, really is remorseful. It's not like a sorry. Like, he means it. And Oprah comes over and tells her to stay away, and Elizabeth's like, okay, whatever. Dr. Finn looks at the check for $10,000. Nicholas and Hayden almost kiss, but don't. And he tells her to be ready for the nurse's ball and be ready to be a doting wife. And I'm like, dude, you guys are equal. Like, shut up. In leverage and in life. But anyway, she doesn't have any money or anything to wear, and he gives her a teacup and is like, well, sell this and get something to wear. And I'm like, really? Really, Nicholas? Like, he's such a jerk. Sabrina asks Mike, like, he blames her for the mess he got himself in. He's the one who ordered a hit on her, and now he's blaming her. I can't. Don't even get me into it. So Sabrina asks Michael if he met the baby. He has, and Michael asks Sonny. Sonny comes in. Michael asks Sonny what happened. He tells him everything. DIANE covers for her and ALEXIS. She says she's picking her up to get their nails done together. And ALEXIS did mention that she had a manicure appointment, so it fits. And ALEXIS asks what Lucas wanted. He tells them, but he's not going to go to the nurse's ball at all. And DIANE gets ALEXIS out of there. And they're talking on the porch, and she says she doesn't want Julian arrested before Lucas's wedding, and they head off to the salon for real, but Julian is like looking through the window after they leave, so I don't know if he heard what they were talking about, but if he did, then this isn't good. Like, what's he gonna do? Kill his own wife? Hopefully not. Ugh, that would not be good. I feel like Sonny would revoke his "you're dead to me" thing if you know, Julian did anything to Alexis, but whatever. Thank you so much for watching today's recap. It shouldn't have been this late, but some stuff is happening, and it's very, very stressful right now. That's Misha. And but thank you so much for watching. I will see you tomorrow at hopefully normal time, maybe a little later. Tomorrow's gonna be a very stressful day. But thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.